Well, good morning, excellent learners. So this is your hopefully somewhat fun task that you're going to do. You're all going to be shared on this slideshow because you turned in excellent work, then you finished early. So we're going over the number systems. I'm going to compare the English number system that we use, which is actually an Arabic system, and how we arrange our numbers. So when we do our numbers, gosh, I wish I could make myself smaller, maybe even disappear. This way you know it's for me, but you don't have to look at my greasy hair. We use place value and special number words to show a number's value. For example, when we say the number 4,376, we use the word thousands, but we don't put a special symbol there for it. We don't put all those zeros except when we're doing expanded notation. So we would say like 4,000 plus 300 plus 70 plus 6. We call that expanded notation where we're showing each value. That's the 4,000 that's here, the 300 that's here, 70 here, and 6. And in other language such as Spanish, for example, you would say similar things. You would say 4,000, meaning 1,000, 4,000, 300, 70, so you say, I don't know. Anyway, my point is, you say the values of them. And when we write the number, we've chosen to have place value represent those spaces. So we're not always writing all these extra zeros to signify the place. We just say it or where it's placed in the number. We know that if a digit is, for example, 4 spaces over like that 4 is, then we know it's in the thousands place because that's what we agree upon as a society. And so that's how we arrange our numbers. In the Chinese numbering system, they have the same numbers and they have symbols for numbers, but the way that they arrange them, you wouldn't, for example, the number 4,000, you wouldn't just put this and then the 700. You don't just get to put them in order. You have to actually put a place value identifier there. And so that's what this article will show you. It has the same visual here, but then if it shows you, for example, the number 75, you use the 7. So if you go over, you can see this symbol and this are the same. But to show that it's in the tens place, you put the symbol for 10 there. So I have 7 tens, and then 5 ones. And so the ones are the ones that you just leave, 5 ones. So I really started to understand when I looked at this larger number. 893 for us, we know that it's 800 because of its place and its place value. But in Chinese, you have to show that this is 800. So you find the number 8, and then you say that's 800s by putting the symbol for 100. So you're not saying 8 100, you're saying 800s. And then we have 9 10, so we find the symbol for 9. And then we tell that that's tens. And then we have our 3 ones symbolized by just our 3. So it adds extra symbols in their number that we don't have in ours because we just say, oh, that's 800 because it's in the hundreds place. And in Chinese, we have to say that's 800. So they're almost giving us what's basically the expanded form. So as you take a look at these examples, you'll see, for example, 51 is expanded for 50 and 1. And so you have the symbol for 5, tens, and then the symbol for 1. So the caveat or thing to know, if you get into this and you get really big, if there's all these zeros, you need to show that there's 1,000. So here's 1 and the symbol for 1,000 if you look back up to the chart. And then there is some zeros, right? So we have 1,000. We have no hundreds or tens, so they just put a 0, only 1 0. They just use a single 0 to show that between the thousands and the ones place is only zeros. So if you look up, here's this very complicated character for 0. I bet kids hate when numbers have zeros in them, huh? And so you would say, okay, there's 1,000, and then everything between the 1,000 and the ones place is 0, and then I have 4 ones. Also sort of complicated, but kind of fun. So how are you going to work today? Well, hopefully working together with some giggles and fun. you each have a slide. So that's the article that will help you. And then you're going to use the number generator. And I want you to just see how this works. You click it. It is random. It's a very rough site. So it may tell you up here that when I had it, it was telling me that I needed cookies. You can just accept the regular ones. And hopefully you'll start with a 3-digit number and you can roll the dice. And then that's not a 3-digit number. I said 3. Hello. I guess you have to click out of it. There we go. See? That's what I'm showing you. Don't give up. So 2, 6, 6. That's my number. So I'm going to write it in English and write it in Chinese. Give me a moment. Okay, so I wrote down, can you see? 266, and I broke it into its expanded form so it'd be easier for me to find. So I looked at 260 and 6. I clicked back over here, and so I said, okay, so I'm going to do 2. So I found the symbol for 2 and wrote it, and then I put 100, because that's what I have. Then I wrote the symbol for 6, and then I put 10 next to it, and then I did the symbol for 6 again, because I had 6 ones. So that's what you would do, and then insert that picture into your slide to show. So see how many times you can do it, and then if you end up feeling like you're ready for something a little more challenging, you want to do another one, you can go back and set your roll for like 4 digits. Or get crazy with it, 5 digits. And so I would highly recommend if you do that, then you write down your number and then go here and write it in expanded form first so you can more easily figure out what digits you're using, as in these examples, okay? Have fun with it. This is not a test. It's supposed to be fun. And you can see that you guys each have your own slides. You're all on the same slideshow, so you can see each other's work. Just write on your own slide. Oh, here's mine. This is what I was going to show you. Insert, image, camera, just like we do on our tests. And then, whoops, try and take a good picture of your number and then insert it. There we go. So you can see I've not done my hairs yet today or put on my silly hat. So there's my first example, and then each time I did it, I would make a new one. All right. Hope you guys have fun with